too small. Give us a call and see how we can help, or get started online at entropy.com. That's ENTRIPY.com. Use promo code radio15 for 15% off.
This year, McDonald's McHappy Day is on Wednesday, May 11th. And on McHappy Day, doing good is delicious. Because all day long, buying any food or beverage item helps sick children and their families stay closer together at Ronald McDonald houses across Canada. So whatever you love, Big Macs, Egg McMuffins, or fries, it all helps. Order McDelivery or visit us in restaurants. Join us on McHappy Day at McDonald's, Wednesday, May 11th, at participating restaurants in Canada.
City News Time, 4:49. U.S. senators are expected to vote on a landmark piece of legislation that will uphold abortion rights in the country later this week.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer gearing up for a showdown over abortion with a vote on Wednesday to create a national law upholding a woman's right to choose.
The first thing we're going to do is have this vote, which is such an important vote, and then we are going to look at the best way to move forward after that.
But Republicans are expected to vote the law down, and Schumer says if they do, it will backfire.
They will pay the price at the polls in 2022.
Senate action follows the leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion appearing to overturn Roe v. Wade. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Traffic and weather is next.
When you call a Dell Technologies advisor, you get to talk to a real person who can provide tailored solutions that don't fit every small business, they fit yours. That's what it means to really listen. For solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor at 310 Dell.
Excuse me, Mother's Day is kind of imminent, but don't panic. We've got you at Real Canadian Superstore. Buy a PC Deluxe bouquet plus a box of Lindt chocolates and boom, $5 off your bill. Mom would be so proud. Save for real at Real Canadian Superstore. See flyer for details.
Thinking about starting insulin? You might be. Tresiba is the #1 prescribed long-acting insulin by endocrinologists in Canada. Its flexible dosing means you can take once daily Tresiba at whatever time works best for you, with at least 8 hours between doses, even right after you test your morning blood sugar. Talk to your doctor today to see if Tresiba is right for you, and visit nowready.ca. City News Time, 4:51, time for traffic and weather. Here's Christine Lango.
This report is brought to you by OntarioCars.ca. Well, we have a traffic alert here. Eastbound 401 east of Kennedy. The express lanes are blocked because of a collision. Now we have emergency crews on scene. I can see a couple of fire crews as well as ambulance here. Not too sure how long they'll close the express lanes off for. In the transfer to the express, the left lane is blocked also. So it's affecting both express and collector lanes. Although in the collectors, you can get by. So eastbound 401 is slow through James Snow, Winston Churchill to east of Mississauga Road, 427 to east of the 400 Express through Kiel in the collectors. A bit of a slowdown through Bayview in the collectors. And if you're there, if you can, head off onto a different route altogether, because once you pass the 404, you'll pretty much be stuck here as you make your way over to east of Kennedy, both express and collectors. But in the collectors, you're at least able to get by. Westbound 401 is slow from Dixon to Salem, approaching Markham Road to Kennedy, express and collectors. 404 Express approaching Bayview, collectors to Avenue Road. 400 to west of Kipling, Mavis to Mississauga Road, and from Winston Churchill to the 407. Seeing delays north on the Don Valley Parkway from north of Bayview, Bloor to York Mills. Southbound 404 Don Valley is slow from south of Finch to south of Lawrence, and still very heavy on the westbound Gardner from Yonge to Royal York. Westbound QEW is heavy 427 to west of Hurontario, Appleby to west of Guelph Line. The eastbound QE Gardner is slow from through Guelph Line, from southbound to Dixie, 427 off and on to Dufferin, and southbound 427 is heavy from Bloor in the Express to the Gardner ramp. Looking for that pickup, minivan, or sports car? OntarioCars.ca. One site, thousands of vehicles, trusted dealers. OntarioCars.ca. Find yours. Your next report is at 5:01. Now with the forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
Well, the sunshine does continue for today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just all out sunshine. So for tonight, if you're headed down to watch the game, it should leave on. Temperatures right around 10 degrees this evening, and then down to 6 during the overnight. Clear conditions, a bit breezy, but certainly nothing that's going to make you very...
one of the UK's most famous characters.
The BBC has confirmed that the new Doctor in their long-running sci-fi classic Doctor Who will be played by Ncuti Gatwa. Famous for his role as Eric on Netflix's Sex Education, he is the first black man as well as queer person to take on the role. The Rwandan-born Scottish actor is one of the youngest to portray the time-traveling alien at 29. Russell T. Davies, the returning showrunner, told the BBC that it was Gatwa's talent that secured him the role.
It was our last audition. It was our very last one. We thought we had someone, and then in he came and stole it.
Current Dr. Jodie Whittaker will appear in one more special that comes out in late 2022. As for Gatwa, he'll take over in 2023. James Mackin, City News.
The game is Know Your Client. The contestant is Desjardins agent David. Let's see how well he knows his client, Allie. David, 2 years ago, Allie relocated for work. With a longer commute, she bought a more reliable vehicle. In the top shelf of the fridge, each verse, she eventually found her wedding ring hiding behind the mayonnaise.
Switch to Desjardins Home Insurance and save up to $690 when you bundle with auto. Get started at DesjardinAgents.com. Desjardins Insurance. Home, auto, life. Exclusions and conditions apply.
Hey there. Can investment real estate truly be that simple? Hi, I'm Todd C. Slater, president of The Simple Investor, and yes, investment real estate can be simple. At The Simple Investor, we make sure you get rent every month, have no tenant interaction, and no repair costs. To find out more on our newest release for only $199,900, go to thesimpleinvestor.com today. The Simple Investor. We make the world of real estate investment simple.
City News 680. Traffic alert.
This is Christine Langos from the City News Traffic Center. Eastbound 401 east of Kennedy, the express lanes are blocked because of a collision. Emergency crews on scene. It's jammed from the 404 Express and Collectors. Stay with the Collectors. The City News Traffic Watch continues.
I'm Chris McCusker. The Federation of African Canadian Economics, known as FACE, is now into its second year. The program was launched by the federal government last year. Tiffany Callender is the co-founder and CEO at FACE.
FACE is the first federally funded program for entrepreneurs to access capital, so business loans, specifically geared towards Black entrepreneurs across the country. So this program is historic, with partnerships through financial institutions, namely the BDC and credit unions like Alterna and Van City.
And this was born out of the pandemic, but also, you say, a long time coming.
When we were looking at the emergency programs that were put out by the federal government in 2020 to support entrepreneurs through the pandemic, this is when we began having conversations with each other, meaning organizations from across the country, about what would need to be done to support our entrepreneurs from the Black community who, in a regular circumstance, does not have access to capital through financial institutions by which the federal government was dispersing these loans to support businesses. And that's when the conversation began around, we need to address this long-standing issue in terms of access to capital, and not just from the lens of the pandemic, but to create a sustainable program that would allow for more entrepreneurs to have the resources to start and build their companies.
And you say this creates an opportunity.
Entrepreneurship is an opportunity for a community to gain its autonomy, its independence, its ability to create generational wealth. It's one of the ways, but it's also an opportunity to reset the sometimes invisible inequities that some of us do not live day to day. So that's the importance of this type of program.
Tiffany Callender is the co-founder and CEO at FACE. And at the City News Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
I'm talking to Canadian golfer Mackenzie Hughes, who just posted 8 under for today's round. Congrats, Mac.
Thanks.
So let's talk about your round.
I can't take all of the credit. I couldn't have done it without my team. You know, my caddy, trainer, manager.
Yeah. So how does someone find all these people who are so good at what they do?
That's easy. You use ZipRecruiter.
Makes sense. So tell me, that eagle putt on 7.
You know, ZipRecruiter actually finds these people for you.
That's great. So your incredible putt.
ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your jobs, and you can invite them to apply.
Okay,
that's like getting to handpick the best people for your team. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
So you're not going to talk about the round today, huh?
Maybe some of your listeners need to hire.
I think maybe I need a new job. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter.ca/save. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.ca/save. ZipRecruiter.ca/save.
Now, City News regional weather conditions for Sokoloff Personal Injury Lawyers. Have you been seriously injured? Don't put it off. Call Sokoloff, 416-966-HURT, or visit areyouhurt.ca.
Right now in downtown Toronto, 15 degrees and sunny. City News time, 5 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680, everywhere.
Good afternoon. This is Sunday, May the 8th. Happy Mother's Day. I'm Carlin Donahue. And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news this hour. A woman has died in Mississauga after being run over by an unoccupied vehicle in a driveway. We'll have more details on this developing story coming up.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau makes a surprise visit to Ukraine, reopening Canada's embassy in Kyiv and announcing new military aid for Ukraine and new sanctions against Russia. The Ontario election campaign is light on policy, but heavy on celebrating Mom. We'll have details from the campaign trail on the way.
And traffic alert. All express lanes at the eastbound 401 are closed east of Kennedy due to a crash. Your full traffic report coming up in seconds.
Toronto FC is looking for a road win against the Whitecaps over in BC, and the Maple Leafs are looking for a 3-1 series lead tonight in Tampa. Sports at 15. And coming up in business, the latest real estate sales activity is showing signs of a slowdown in the country's biggest cities, but recreational properties are still red hot. Looking at the springtime market for those pricey properties and why it's also been a building boom.
City News time, 5:01. It's now time for traffic and weather together on the ones with a look at your drive, including this full closure of the Express on the East 401. Here's Christine Langos.
Thank you, Carly. I'm just looking at it right now. This report is brought to you by City News. On the eastbound 401, just east of Kennedy, the express lanes are blocked with this collision. A tractor trailer is involved, and it looks like fire crews have stationed themselves in the two left lanes, but nobody is getting through in the express eastbound 401 east of Kennedy. Now, there is a transfer to the express, and in that transfer, the left lane is blocked, but if you're in the collectors, you're able to bypass this problem and hop back into the express. So the closure is just affecting the express lanes. If you can, get into the collectors at your first opportunity. Eastbound 401 is slow from Jamestown to Trafalgar, Winston Churchill to east of Mississauga Road, east of the 427 to east of the 400 Express to Keele in the collectors. Now it's looking quite slow from Bayview to Leslie in the collectors, but thank goodness if you're in the collectors, you'll at least get through this problem. And then it's jammed from the 404 to east of Kennedy, both express and collectors. Westbound 401 delays Dixon to Salem, approaching Markham Road to Kennedy, express and collectors. Then it's slow from the 404 Express, both Bayview and the collectors to Avenue Road, but easing through here. A delay 400 express and collectors to west of Kipling, from Mavis to Mississauga Road, and from Winston Churchill to the 407. Northbound Don Valley Parkway, that's slow north of Bayview Bloor to York Mills. Delays southbound 404 Don Valley south of Finch to south of Lawrence. The westbound Gardner Queenie is heavy Young to Royal York, 427 to west of here, Ontario. Delays eastbound QE Gardner from Guelph Line to Appleby, southbound to Dixie, 427 all the way in towards Dufferin. Southbound 427 is heavy from Bloor in the Express to the Gardner ramp. City News is Toronto's #1 source for local news. Watch on City TV, listen to City News 680 on the radio, and connect with us online. City News everywhere. Your next report is at 5:11. Now with the forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
It's been a very nice day all across the GTA. Lots of sunshine, and that sunshine is going to continue. Sunset coming our way late tonight, and it will be around 8:27. And temperatures cooling down to about 10 degrees, and then getting cooler once we head into the overnight, down to 6 degrees, and then it's just a rinse and repeat for pretty much the rest of the week. Right now, it is 15 at Pearson, 15 downtown. Tonight's overnight low is 6.
City News time, 5:04. A woman has died in what appears to be a tragic accident in Mississauga this afternoon. Peel police say they received a call around 1:30 from South Down Road and Truscott Drive, which is just east of the QEW. When police arrived, they found an unoccupied vehicle had accidentally ran over a woman in a driveway. Paramedics rushed her to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Out of respect for the family, police are not identifying the victim. Meantime, Halton police have taken a man into custody after he stole a truck and hit multiple vehicles in the parking lot of the Toronto Premium Outlets in Halton Hills. Police say the white Ford F-150 was stolen out of Toronto. The man in custody attempted to flee the scene on foot, but Staff Sergeant Jared McLeod said the police eventually caught up.
No, that K9 did track him down, so we do have a male in custody right now, so now their Criminal Investigation Bureau is going to be coming out to further conduct the investigation.
He adds that there are no road closures in the area and there were no injuries. City News Time, 5:05.
Now, City News, in-depth team coverage.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has made an unannounced visit to Ukraine as the war with Russia continues. He reopened the Canadian embassy in the country's capital. Our Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney has more.
Standing side by side with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke of Canada's unwavering support through this conflict.
Ukraine will prevail. Slava Ukraine.
He's vowing new military aid such as drone cameras and demining equipment, along with other commitments.
We'll be removing trade tariffs on all Ukrainian imports coming to Canada for the next year. And we're bringing forward new sanctions on 40 Russian individuals and 5 entities.
The Prime Minister, along with our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister, also got a first-hand look at some of the destruction of Russia's attacks, and Trudeau reopened our embassy in Kyiv, raising the Canadian flag after nearly 3 months of closure. For security reasons, Trudeau's trip was supposed to remain a secret until he left. However, local news outlets made it public early by posting pictures online. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Meantime, on the ground in Ukraine, a devastating attack on civilians has killed as many as 60 people. Our Phil Martino has the details.
Dozens of Ukrainians are feared dead after a Russian bomb destroyed a school sheltering about 90 people in eastern Ukraine. ABC's Marcus Moore is on the ground there.
Ukrainian officials now saying some 60 people may have died in the blast. In Odessa, Russian missiles hitting an airport runway and a business, sparking a fire in the nearby residential area. Firefighters working to extinguish the flames.
Russia is getting ready to celebrate Victory Day tomorrow, the day Soviet forces defeated Nazi Germany. There is speculation the Russian president may use the annual celebration to declare mass mobilization or state that he's widening the conflict in Ukraine. I'm Phil Martino.
City News Time, 5:07.
City News 680. Traffic alert.
This is Christine Langos from the traffic center. Eastbound 401 east of Kennedy. The express lanes are blocked because of a collision. It's jammed from Bayview Collectors approaching the 404 Express. Stay with the collectors. The City News Traffic Watch continues.
City News Time, 5:07. The cost to drive in the GTA keeps rising. The price per liter reached new heights at midnight, going up 3 cents for a total of roughly $1.99 a liter. That follows a month in which GTA drivers have seen the price per liter increase a total of 14 cents. Those keeping a close eye on the price of oil say the increases can largely be blamed on the war in Ukraine, supply chain issues, and a surge in demand. According to Roger McKnight with Enpro International, the price is expected to hold for Monday and Tuesday. You're listening to City News 680. It's just 2 hours until game time, and Leafs Nation is gearing up for Game 4. Our Josh Dave has a look.
Austin Matthews and company have a pivotal Game 4 this evening in their best of 7 with the Lightning, currently up 2-1 in the series. Now, the Bolts haven't dropped back-to-back playoff games over the last 3 years, so the Leafs know there's extra work to be done, and Coach Sheldon Keefe says there's plenty of room for improvement.
I still see a ton of things that we can do better as a team, things that we can do better as individuals. That's our focus, is to continue to build. It's still early in the series here.
Now, Tampa Bay is going to look to avoid penalty trouble tonight, giving up 5 power plays in the last one. For the Blue and White, though, it's been Jack Campbell who's been shining with a .924 save percentage, a better number than during the regular season. And he's got some prime bulletin board material, with Lightning coach John Cooper saying, quote, "Scoring against these guys, that's not a worry to me." Well, let's see if Campbell can make Tampa's bench boss fret tonight. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock on Sportsnet. For Josh Dave, City News.
Well, coming up, we will give you a check on the price of gas. City News Time, 5:09.
This is City News 680.
It's That's Samaria Pizza for Kids Month. Join us in helping kids like Alessandra by adding a dip with your pizza. In support of Variety, the children's charity of Ontario.
It stands for Healthy Dip will help kids like me stay active. I dip, you dip. Let's all dip.
for the City News gas price update. Enpro predicting the price is going to hold at midnight at just under $2 a liter at most GTA stations. In 60 seconds, we'll head over to traffic and weather, and we'll get you an update. City News Times on 10. Will your old air conditioner keep your family cool and comfortable this summer? Don't wait till the first heat wave to find out. Take advantage of Atlas Care Heating and Air Conditioning's pre-season sale while inventory lasts. Save up to $3,000 on a new system. Plus, make no payments and no interest for 12 months. Hurry before the weather heats up and so does pricing. Google Atlas Care today and let the guys in the green trucks save you big bucks. We all know family and friends have been recommending Capital Direct for years. And now with the advent of FlexiLine or a traditional equity loan, your options are even better. Compared to the banks these days, Capital Direct's lending criteria are less strict. Whether you can use $50,000, $1.5 million, or even $3 million, your money could be in your bank account within days. Rates are near record lows, so call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL to get your FlexiLine. City News Time, 5:11. All right, time for a look at the roads, and it's a busy one. In the traffic center, we go out to Christine Lingo.
Thank you, Carly. And a messy one. This report is brought to you by Kotak Law. The mess I'm talking about is eastbound 401 east of Kennedy. The express lanes remain blocked because of a collision. I can see ambulance taking off right now, so hopefully it's just a matter of time. But again, the express lanes are blocked. Stay with the collectors. You'll find eastbound 401 slow through James Snow Parkway, Winston Churchill to east of Mississauga Road. It's at the east of the 427 to east of the 400 Express through Keele in the collectors, and then jam from Bayview in the collectors approaching the 404 in the Express to east of Kennedy. Now definitely stay with the collectors if you're able, because right after this collision there's a transfer that will take you right back into the Express, and at Warden there's a transfer that will take you into the collectors. I recommend you take that because that's your last chance, otherwise you'll be stuck behind this collision in the Express.